So you've said something that has triggered something. Somebody, parental figure told me that once people get married, like there are things a man refuses to do to the woman because now he's changed how he's looking at her from any other person to this is my wife, this is the mother of my kids. I can't be bend overing her and lifting and punishing her. Okay, not punishing. BDSM thing. Like now it changes within the confinement of a marriage. Like now men just they're like, is that true? Am I it a myth?
It is very true.
It's very true.
You know, it's like what? You see the way you can go to Nigeria
Style water. Style our food. Doing. This is the Tip Podcast coming right back at you with episode 5. This topic has really been requested high up there on the ranks, and today we're going to talk about sex and all the myths to do with sex, because there's so many myths going around, and I do realize that a lot of people claim to be sex experts. We are not.
No, we are
none of us are sex experts. No. We are just curious about sex, and we have the yearning to learn more about sex. However, we have very many opinions, some which are factual, some which are just myths, and we're going to discuss about them. And some of our myths are drawn from either, whether it's the religion that we practice or just life or the experiences that we've had. But I hope you get to enjoy this episode. Tune in, subscribe. Are you subscribed? First of all, pause. Are you subscribed?
Yes.
Where? Faith. Are you subscribed? Yeah. Are you subscribed?
Of course, definitely.
Is your wife subscribed?
Not yet.
Are your friends are not subscribed?
No, I will definitely introduce them.
Fantastic. So with us we have special guests, all married men, none of them is single. And I'll give them the chance to introduce themselves. Kidogo kinapotea. Nimeongea Kikuyu mingi leo. I will have them introduce themselves. Take it away. We'll start right here.
So my name is Joseph. Our friends call me Joe. Married to one wife, who is a woman. Listen, 2 babies. And yes, welcome to the show.
Okay, my name is Macharia Easter. Many people commonly know me as Easter. I'm also married to one wife, and I have 2 very little and lovely and amazing, beautiful girls. Yes, and I'm happy to be here on the Tip Podcast.
Really? Yeah. Fantastic. So we've highly gotten the request that we need to have men on board so that it's a bit more balanced. Thank you so much for all the feedback you give us, and we're listening. We are here. We are showing up regardless. Yeah. And this is Sonny Rodrot, your host, one of the 2, and my co-host Faith Munini. So let's dive right into it. Let's talk about
I've always wondered why men always say, I'm so and so, I'm married to one wife.
Yes. Okay, one known wife. That's what many people say. Actually, that's the truth.
Yes. No, true.
Yeah.
You guys are the reason why women are delulu out here. Because now, making that statement, if there was like a babe that is into him, he'll be like, oh, he's considering me and my feelings. You're delusional.
Stick to your own.
That's true.
So I'll give one of my top myths that you must drive that car, take it for a drive test before you commit to it. Me personally, I believe it's the biggest myth. It does not guarantee you the best sex of your life.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
If anything, and I'd say it out loud, the more okay and kawaida the sex is the first time, there you have room to get better. But if you have sex and you're like, this is the best sex I ever had, let me tell you, complacency. Hakuna kitu nitafanya hiyo there.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, let's unpack that statement of that you must drive
The car before buying.
Yeah, like to me that's the biggest lie of all time. Because you see, that is just like an excuse. How I look at it, it's just an excuse for people to just be in the streets and mess around, right?
So you're advocating basically for people not to test the car before.
No, it's dependent on the person. Maybe I am open to being sexually active.
Yeah.
And maybe there's somebody else who is pro virginity until they get abstinence until they get married. There's nowhere that's written that this person that's abstinent is going to have a bad sex life. Like there's nowhere that's written. So to me, it's like an excuse for people to just mess around.
Fornicators!
Yeah, people to fornicate. That's how I look at it. But there's no better way. Yesterday I was seeing, I'm always on Instagram, and I was seeing this chick that was showing people how to be intimate with their partners in the car. Confidently, this girl is no older than 22, and she's there showing us how, your partner should have their legs like this, and then you should be where, and then you should be grinding like this with your hands to do where. And I'm looking at this little girl, I'm like, you don't know. Calm down. So, I don't know.
I think, I have a totally different perspective from what you have.
It's welcome.
Here comes
Actually, I have a very different perspective because, number one, I'm a Christian and I belong to church. I'm saved, yeah. But I think, I think not testing the car is one thing I've always had a problem with. Yes, I've always had a problem with it because I feel like sometimes you're just going in blind. You don't know what you're going to get.
You're going to get a vagina. It's
it's not mostly for the guys. It's not mostly for the guy side, but I feel mostly it's for the lady side because I have had stories of people who get into marriage and they have not tested it, and then once they got into it, they get disappointment.
But how do they know that to work on it and you please know because that's the best and the only thing you've ever had?
Like for instance, so as I was saying, I feel like especially for the ladies, for us Jamas, I think the way you just said it, it's just vagina, it's just that. But I've ever had a friend of mine who told me if it were not for the conversation they had, they didn't do it, but they had the conversation with a guy about sex. Apparently this guy does not believe in having sex for pleasure. Yes.
So they have sex for what?
For him, sex is about procreation. And then he said, once they have sex and they get babies, that's it for him.
So they have sex once a month?
Yeah? Not once a month.
Once
until she gets pregnant. Once she gets pregnant, that's it. But for him, according to him, because he's a staunch, let me not touch the church, but he's very staunch, he's very religious about it. Yeah, so so he's very
so she's married, not hating.
So what the guy was saying was we only do the sex to get babies. Like it's for procreation. Okay, it's not for pleasure. You understand? So now you can imagine if you never had even that sexual conversation and then you get into marriage with such a guy. You're going to get shocked.
But you see, that's a conversation. I'm a firm believer of therapy. See how people go for what do you call it? Premarital counseling. I heavily believe that guys need to go for sex therapy as well. So that no, it's true. Because sex therapy, in the sense that sometimes in this age, most of the people, even the abstinent ones, are not virgins. So people are coming with traumas that even affect their sex life. So it's
And sex drive.
and sex drive, their libido. So you find that it's more psychological than it is physical. I might find you attractive, but I'm just flat. So, but when you go to a sex therapist, there are things that you will unpack. Also, keep in mind that not most, but there are some men that were raped when they were young. True. So either they have a hyperdrive or no drive at all. And there are women that have been maybe abused as well. So you're bringing two people that are wounded, and it's wounds attached to sex. And maybe not like mental, anything that can be unpacked by a psychologist. So by going with your partner to a sex therapist, you're able to unpack and get over the wounds and even maybe understand your body better. That way, as you are going through the practices, you and your husband or you and your wife, now she's able to tell you, okay, I don't like when you go this way. Maybe baby go this way. I don't like when you move this side or at this speed. Maybe when you see me act this way or you feel my vagina move a certain way, you just know I'm about to get there, and then maybe you ease.
Maintain
Like communication gets better.
But
Very true.
I think I will share a very different perspective. You see, what a man gets when it comes to sex is almost different with what a woman gets.
True.
Though there are some common items we get both of them. So if it's for pleasure, of course, it's pleasurable. Maybe for both, not always 100%. So my perspective is on the values.
Okay.
So my values or her values. So that can, give an attribute of if it is okay to test the car before you buy it. In the sense, you see, sex is not only action, it is also, from psychological pleasure or satisfaction. You create scenarios, you build castles, and then
But me, I have a question for you ladies. And actually, this question, I'm crying out for ladies. You know, all these things you're talking about, Faith, they're very good and they're very okay. And actually, I agree with you to a certain extent. But you see, we are talking about a normal guy who can do a normal sexual performance.
We don't want normal.
But I'm saying that is a normal guy, so he can be improved. But there are guys who are natural, he can be improved. But there are guys, their ding dong is very small. How do you work with that?
That's another myth. The size does not matter. Because most women don't necessarily orgasm through penetration. Provided you know how to work around the clitoris with your tongue, with your hand, with any God-given gadget. And sometimes
love languages.
Yes.
There's a way a man can treat you. He doesn't even need to get you to that physical intimacy, to sex. It doesn't even need to get
get
and even if it gets there, you will orgasm not because of what he's doing, but what he's already done since morning.
But you guys
he's
know,
marinated.
You guys know the kind of small I'm talking about. Some are
yes, I get it. We don't get to shame. But yes, the guys who have small penises. Now you don't need to sleep with a man to know he has a small penis. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to sleep with a man. Through the conversations that you have, and you can actually get to the point where, you know what, before I commit to getting married with you, I need to know what size I'll be dealing with. Because there is both spectrums. It's either small or it's extremely gigantic. I have friends who've done that, friends who've practiced abstinence, but they've gone down to the point of stripping before each other just to know, okay, I can deal with this, or no, I cannot deal with this. Okay? It sounds odd.
There is no way you're going to get all the way to the podium there without knowing the
answer.
Definitely.
But can't you just
You don't need to have sex to know the size.
You can look and just tell. Just human anatomy, you can just tell.
I can't tell.
But apparently some are growers. So it may look small.
What's a grower?
A grower is one who doesn't look like they appear not to have a big, going around. But then when it comes to life,
but you see, at the end of the day, you're going to discover this. Because just as I was saying, there's a way you're going to communicate. You know the stories that you know when you're building that castle, when you're teasing each other.
Yeah.
Because that's part of love. That's part of, flourishing our romance.
It's called dating.
Yes. Kurusha, we call it duano in French. You'll have to know.
But let me tell you, okay, it's okay. Size might not matter, but you guys need to accept that there are some sizes which are not ideal.
That are
uncomfortable. And then again, sometimes they might be big, but there are people who just do the 5-second mind run and they say work is work.
Also, that's duration. That's another myth.
Worked on it also.
No, but that's another myth. Duration also is a myth.
Can be worked on.
And what's time?
No. Let me tell you, it doesn't mean the longer the sex, the better.
No, I'm not talking about 1 hour. Of course, I think people who do 1 hour, that's delusional. I don't think that's true. But I feel like sometimes, especially ladies, you guys need a bit of time to be taken to get to that.
But see, most of the time is spent on foreplay, not necessarily penetration. So it doesn't matter if you come in and
I think it's there's no black and white of the duration a woman will take to get there. There are women who will do everything. You'll even give them foreplay. They will not get there. And there are people that you don't even need to do that much. A simple touch and go, they are there at the right part. So it's about knowing the person that you're dealing with and trying to figure out there, because what will work for Sony will not work for me, right? And what will work for you is not what maybe will work for you. You may have your men, you have the genitalia of the same, the gender, but it may not be the same thing that gets you on. So it's relative. It's about knowing your partner. There are days, like some days when you're just you and your partner are on that lazy sex vibe, and maybe you just keep on going and going just lazily for hours without necessarily even coming. You'll even control your coming, and there are days it's just quick touch and go, like mornings. Mornings, who has time for like a whole full blown? No, it's quick. It's quickly, right? It's quickly, like it's touch and go, like a quick one.
Married folks nakwambia kaa vizuri.
Acha nikwambie, kaa vizuri, no face the other direction. What is marriage?
It is very interesting the way if partners have proper cues for each other, it falls like pop. You don't even have time for foreplay. You're just there ready. Everyone is ready.
But guys, let me take you back. You see, we are talking now about guys who have now gotten into marriage and into it. But now, what about that person who maybe they are virgins? This is the first thing they don't know these things, So when they get into marriage and they have no idea, don't you think?
I have a point there. Let me tell you, all human beings are sexual beings. We were born that way. It's natural to us. It's our primal instincts. Like literally, you will find a child, and they would know where to put their penis. They would find a way around it and know what to do and when to do it.
Some of us had no clue.
That's the thing.
Actually, some of us, like I for instance, this is my example. For instance, when I was growing up, I didn't know the vagina was down there. Like for it, I thought it was on top.
Now, unfortunately, I'd like to say this. Sorry, mom and dad, but I think it's a mom and dad problem. Because your child needs to know their body parts. I don't know why people call them doo-doo and whatnot. You call your child, this is your penis, and no, girls don't have a penis, they have a vagina.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought, honestly, I thought it was on the top. So, by the time I was getting to it later on in life, I was like, oh wow, okay, wait, where is it?
But you see,
for real.
You see, you cannot blame him on the past because you see, the caliber of the environment.
Yeah, the environment.
Today we know all these things. We have to know as early as possible for awareness purposes, as well as keeping themselves safe. So it's as long as they can understand that he has a penis, she has a vagina, and it is there and it is there. Keep your own.
Yeah.
Interesting. So now, So we've agreed duration is a myth. Size is a
Duration is a
myth.
myth. Size is a myth.
Have we ever agreed on that?
You want to differ.
I totally think size matters, but it matters from person to person. I think it matters from lady to lady, yeah. I think it matters for different people because I for example, I know a very close friend of mine who found himself in a relationship whereby the lady from the previous relationship, I think she was getting it really good. Like it was really nice. So when this guy came in, he was unable to fulfill the demands.
And that goes my problem with people test driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem is, in fact, I think this is one of the biggest reasons why marriages are breaking up. Because you go there with expectations from your previous experience. And so you live constantly, every single day in comparison. Comparing your husband to the previous one. Comparing your husband, but you've not given yourself a chance to learn each other better. Because let me tell you, if there's one thing that's a fact, you can go improving your sex every single time.
That is true.
Absolutely.
I think now on Soni's point, just to kind of, I heavily believe that the quality of sex is determined by emotions. Like it's backed up by emotions. Like the more in tune, in love, or whatever you are with your partner, the better the sex is.
Is it emotions really for men?
For men, no. For women,
but for women, it is.
But for men, later on, it gets later on. Wait, what? Yeah, the men refuse.
No.
You don't.
Well, let me
You don't
say-
start releasing oxytocin like later on when you're more in tune with your person.
Let me, okay. Maybe for other things, one of sex. No. For sex, you see,
Okay.
What I told you,
for a man it's purely a release.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's just a release.
Can I dare ask? Like even you guys are married, right?
Yeah.
So even like right now with your partner, it's just a relief.
No, that's where I was going. No,
we'll
it is,
get there.
it is just a release, okay? Whether it's you yourself who have initiated it or it has come to you, both have different effects, okay?
Okay.
So when you go, it's different when it comes. So nevertheless, it is just a release. But in that, moment of release, there is an aspect of connectivity. So it's like, you see the way you are thirsty and you take a glass of water and you feel you're okay. There is to a point where you can take that glass, maybe it's a full, maybe halfway. So, you're enjoying sex. You can have that level, those different levels of connectivity. So maybe you're tired, but you have to serve. Okay? So you just, and you go on and sleep or continue on with your everything. And then there is time when it's
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's busting my bubble. It's a sad reality because that's also what my husband says.
yes.
It's a release.
Yeah.
Actually, there are times, let me tell you, especially for married men, there are times you just feel like you're so horny, like you just like, well, how do we call it? People call it blue balls. Like you have blue balls, you just want to let it out, So even when you're looking for sex, you're just looking for something to just let go, So at that moment, it might not really be emotional for you per se at that moment or in that particular instance. That's why he's saying, that's what Joe is saying, it varies from moment to moment.
From moment to moment.
From moment to
So
moment.
let me ask then in this aspect, if your woman initiates, like, lingerie, like this facade women, we put so much pressure on ourselves.
Yeah.
We want to put on lingeries, I don't know, you what, you go waxing and removing hair from you what, what I know, like, bruh, and it doesn't matter. Like, can you just
They don't care. Even if you have a bush, hire a bush yako,
does it matter, like, the effort?
There are times that it matters
There are
a
times
lot.
it matters.
It does matter a lot,
Yeah.
but you not be like, I'm so in love with you. You just be like, I appreciate the effort.
You see,
They don't even
Sometimes they don't notice.
They don't even notice.
They don't even notice, like,
Okay, guys, you're busting my bubble.
I'm so sorry, but this is the reality of marriage.
you see, now when the variation of whether it matters or not comes when you see, even if you're talking about it is just a mere release, it's time for just to give, because if you don't give, they go that's not a myth. It's a reality, right?
That if you don't, if your wife doesn't give you
conjugal rights, you'll go.
I mean,
it's a myth. You'll go outside.
No, you don't necessarily go outside.
Not necessarily, though I think it's a myth partly, but I think sometimes it gives some men a reason. You know, when you go out, it's a choice. It's always a personal choice. When you go out of your marriage, it's always a personal choice. But now it will serve as an excuse for you to go out.
Yeah.
You know what I would like to discuss next, guys? I would like to know when you knew that she was the one, because now I'm starting dating.
But before, I think before you go there, I want to say something concerning the issue of the release bit that you're talking about. I want to give a different perspective, a little bit different, that applies specifically to me. For me, I don't take sex casually. It's very emotional for me. So for me, when I have sex with a person, it's always a choice. It has always been a choice from a certain period of my life, So it started becoming a choice. Like I was like, by the way, I deliberately choose that I want to have sex with you. So it is not. So even when I'm pursuing you, it's because deliberately in my head I've made a choice to pursue you. Yeah, and for me, it has always been an instance where I have to get to know you first. I want to understand who you are, so that when we are getting into the act, it's a me and you thing whereby we are enjoying. You understand? But now that is coming over from the past. You understand? So I want it to be more intimate. I feel like for me, enjoyment comes when you also enjoy. You understand? But now that one I came to realize it doesn't apply to most men. Unfortunately, most men just want somewhere they can be moist, somewhere just warm and cushy, so that they can just let go. Because you will realize and weirdly enough, by it has got nothing to do with money. Because I have seen elderly men who go in some of the weirdest and dingiest places to just get
bust a nut.
Yes, to just bust a nut.
Now that brings me to the other question.
Yes.
There's this thing that women, but the women, I think we mislead each other. We do. I think every time a woman has a question regarding men, they should just go to a man. Because there's this thing about, if you want anything, then give it to him good, and then he can give you anything. Is that true?
I think it depends. It depends. It depends. If it's before he busts a nut, up until that point, you can manipulate him. But once he's done, he could care less.
But I think it also depends
on
what kind of a relationship you have with that man.
Yeah,
actually, from having a conversation with somebody last week, and they were telling me they had an instance whereby they had sex with a guy, but this guy was dating. So they had sex, they just went to visit each other, they were having a good time, they enjoyed themselves, and then out of nowhere too, they just started getting romantic and touchy and all that, and they just had sex. And then once they were done, the girl was like, by the way, move and go, Haraka, my girlfriend is coming. Ooh. Yes. So you see, according to that guy, he was just busting a nut. So it doesn't matter what you do to that guy. But then it's a real story. Like somebody was telling me last week, it doesn't matter what you do to that guy. That guy is not going to give you anything. I think the person who, when you give it to them good, is the person who is head over heels.
Like your husband or...
Not necessarily. But somebody who is head over heels over you.
Okay.
Yes, you see somebody, because you see when we're getting into relationships, the question in Akwangani, who pursued who wanted who.
Oh really?
Yes. But because I can pursue
who pursued who.
Yes. Because I can pursue you, Faith, but I'm just pursuing you out of a bet we had with Joe.
Yes.
And then
I do that a lot.
Yes. Yeah, men do that.
Basically, a bet we had with Joe. And then coincidentally, I came, I liked it, and then I'm like, let's just go on. It doesn't hurt.
There's one thing I heard someone say that most times we all leave the Lulu thinking that our husbands pick us because that's the narrative, But apparently, most of the men marry for the most stupid reasons. It's just as simple as she used to say hi to me every single morning, and then she used to just bring me food.
Yes.
All of a sudden, alikuwa anakuja kunitembelea weekend. Then weekend ikatan was 3 days. Then 3 days for just you know this bit only has made me bless yourself. Like, has made me realize how delusional I am about relationships. Like, am I even like above 30? Because now I'm realizing I have zero experience. Like, I thought, you know, I'll meet like my husband. It will be like, fairy tale Cinderella.
Let me put something on what you've said. It is also important for you to still have that in your mind. Okay, why? Because that is what now, what you call it, the spice in the romance. Because you have to, how can I explain it? Like, you know, you feel that you marry that.
You're excited.
Excitement. You have extraordinary expectations. All those things.
And actually, Joe, can I enhance that point? And actually, in that moment, once you get into marriage in that moment, you find yourself doing amazing things for your person. Because those are the things you've always dreamed of doing. Until reality hits you. Reality
hits you. I thought you would be cooking every day. So we used to make the most, like she was baking almost
buffet,
every day, my friend.
Yes.
Buffet, like she's making Indian naan, butter.
Yes.
What was it? Butter, roti, butter chicken, and whatnot.
And then you had these recipes. Right?
Then I had a dream. Not like I used to. Obviously, I'm not married, but I had started this tradition of writing, making my own recipe book that I can transfer to my daughter. 4 years down the line, I'm like, hey, how am I gonna keep up with this every single day?
But I think those things, when you get into marriage, with all the excitement and you know, the world doesn't exist. You see, having extraordinary, you're there, you're imagining how utamugeuza, atakugeuza, how you're going to be doing all these dishes, all this, you know, these extraordinary things. And then, now, when maybe reality comes and hits you for various reasons, maybe say that person, you know, cleared off your savings account, or you know, said we are going to stay here in this house. If you go to another house, you are alone, and it's you enjoy your honeymoon vizuri. So many reasons why now reality is now set in. But I think when all the other realities and all other energies come, they come within its own season. Because you see, you are not going to tell me that you're going to continue with, you know, coming home at 5.
Yeah, some things have to change.
And you have, maybe that's when now your career is, you know, it's flourishing, or your business imeshika ground vizuri, or children have come. Okay, when are you going to concentrate on changing her diaper or his diaper, and there in the oven the clock is ticking. So there are seasons that comes, and I think back to what I was saying about either the values or the different expectations. You see, not only just releasing, but how when you're having sex with your partner, are you taking care of them, or are you just mashing it? Okay, so that is the part that you give, that it is like the caring. Now it is like the emotion that comes out.
Let me ask. We are going back to sex myths, but let me ask this last question. So, you've said something that has triggered something. Somebody, parental figure told me that once people get married, like the man, there are things a man refuses to do to the woman because now he's changed how he's looking at her, from any other person to this is my wife, this is the mother of my kids. I can't be bend overing her and lifting and punishing her. Okay, not punishing. BDSM thing. Like now it changes within the confinement of a marriage. Like now men just they're like, is that true? Or is it a me?
It is very true.
It's very true.
You know, it's like what? You see the way you can go to Nigeria also.
Style moja. Style
spooning inakwanga ni ya kuomba wakati the kids wamelala. Kukaa vizuri.
Honestly, how do you guys do it? Like now, given that nowadays, like most houses, people are living in apartment. It's maybe like a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom. Like the kids are next door, so even like the woman cannot openly scream.
Soundproof your room.
By the way, you know,
so
many people can't soundproof, so you have to minimize your screams.
And your screams come in, you know, whispers.
My gosh. So now you just become a silent mourner.
Yes. How do you mourn your child is sleeping right next to you?
And she's been crying for the last 2 hours, so you don't want to wake up.
So when she's up or when he's up, now the lady's mind switches.
Yes.
And when he switch.
But I don't know whether you guys have experienced it because you guys are married, whereby sometimes you're halfway and the kid wakes up.
Yeah, and that's the end.
And that's the end.
That's the end. Higher.
No, you know, I'm wondering, in my head, in my naive mind, I'm trying to imagine and picture that scenario where the baby has started crying while we're halfway. When you're having sex with someone, you guys are animals. Like, there's one goal.
You come back.
So how do you just... like, even if like you're high, it's like a high, no?
You see, now...
it's a high.
Inaitwa domestication. Who's wife? You become domesticated.
And you go back to being the mom, you know.
You see.
And sometimes I've had instances of people, guys who told me actually what they were doing. Sometimes the baby was crying and so what they will do, they will just give the baby. And then the guy
continue.
And the guy is busy behind their back.
Because I reckon that is what should happen. Because at that moment, you are like not thinking.
It depends.
No, you know, it comes to another very critical thing. Now, understanding what you need as a lady and what a man needs as a man. So you see, by default, when that happens, the man is monomata, atanungunika, akasirika atalala.
They get angry, we get angry.
Okay.
But then we get angry at the baby, we get angry at the darkness, we get angry at literally anything that you can be able to get. Okay, so on domestication, I think it hits us reality when you get into it and then baby starts crying when you're really active into it. Yeah, so basically you have to maintain either 1 or 2 styles as you go. So the one that is the comfortable, and then you have to be very calm about it. You don't have to shake your bed thoroughly the way you used to.
But you see, Macharia, remember, you know, to shed a warmer light on the, so that Faith can at least have some hope. You see, before babies come, you see, for a lady to give it all during sex, you know, she has to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe things of maybe I'm going to get pregnant. You know, everything else aside, things like disease and everything. You are sure this is your man and he's killing everything. So is it the right time to get a baby? Am I on my periods? Something else? And is the room well lit? Am I likable? You know, those are the small and huge things that we continuously think about. But all that aside, before babies come, you know, there is a chance, without thinking about all these things, it's your man, he has accepted you the way you are, whether fat or slim, dark or say it's a lit room. So he's going to smash you properly. Okay? And you're going to ride him properly.
According to their, or in assuming that at that point you've already had, you have met somewhere. Now you're in sync.
Yes.
Assuming that you're in sync.
You're going to enjoy that. You see all those castles, all those huge and crazy expectations that you have. You're going to experience them, and then some things, of course, they're going to cancel themselves out. Like having sex every day. During honeymoon, yes, but
Actually, Joe, I think that takes me to the other sex myth that I really wanted to ask about. But this sex myth, I want to introduce it by asking Faith a question.
Hey.
So Faith, because I believe you're only single here among us.
You believe right.
Yes. So my big question to you is, how many times do you think a couple normally has sex in a week?
Hey, before I thought like because it's accessible, maybe like 5 times.
5 times in a
But
week.
after talking to my friend, maybe special days.
What are special days?
Birthdays, anniversary, umelipa mshahara. You close the deal, money is coming.
Money is coming.
So you need to come. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So you used to think it was 5 days.
I thought it's like a lot of times because now like there's nothing hindering you.
Yeah, like this
Right?
person,
Like before God
And the whole world knows.
like
The
this
mother
is your
knows.
parents. Like you can now openly just like that's your man, that's your husband. So I thought it's like often.
So before you got into marriage,
Why
what
are you
was
laughing?
your expectation? Before you got into it, what was your expectation?
And yeah, let me tell you, I don't blame people who do test driving because clearly forbidden fruits test the sweetest. The minute the whole world knows and expects that you ought to be having sex, you are having sex every single freaking day, maybe 10 times a day. Hapo ndio sex inafanyikanga once a week, and that is merry.
Like that is the best.
Let me tell you.
On the best week.
Let me tell you, first of all, I'll just merge this up with another sex myth that men have more drive than women. In marriage, it's the complete opposite. Women tend to have more drive than men.
No, I agree. Like it's even naturally, I feel it's just because we have grown up in a society that kind of confines us and like silences us. Yes, and makes us feel like it's bad to want it or desire it and need it. But ideally, women are wild. Like, have you ever like been? I'm asking the men. Have you ever like met a chick who is wild? And if she's comfortable and confident and open with what she wants and when she wants it and things that she wants and it just shocks you like huyu ni nani?
Actually, funny enough, I think men actually, when we tend to pretend how we are lion, the lion of the jungle, the conqueror, the empire, the lion. That's what we think. Up until you find a lady whose sexual drive is over the top, men run away.
Yes.
Men run away.
Very
They
fast.
come back, ladies. My God.
What's happening?
You're feeling attacked.
Wait, I'm telling you, Kaza, if you beat a Kamba lady, you're like, whoa, chill, calm down, wait a minute. Yeah? Like, it's crazy. Like, sometimes men just run away.
So why do you run? I mean, you're being presented ideally what's like
You
every man's dream.
for a man, you need to have the satisfaction of hunting.
So you don't want it brought to you.
So yes,
Bringing itself.
Yes, there are times when you're going to be, to be looking forward for it to come and to bring itself. Okay, but when now it is you who is being hunted,
But you see, these are different things.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
maybe perhaps there's some truth to the sex drive for the women, the Kamba women. Maybe, I don't know. I cannot tell you. I can neither confirm nor deny. But my understanding is, if you have come and approached me, and we have gotten to a point where now you're my man, then I should feel comfortable to be myself. And that would mean, if at all we are sexually active, I should be able to explore what is in my mind with you. So now it's not a matter of you are the hunted. You already hunted me and I said yes. But now up and your tuko.
But
Ama, what do you mean?
yes,
The truth of the matter is, with marriage, it's very seasonal. When it's fresh and without kids, it's different.
yeah.
When you have kids, it's different. When they're newborns versus when they're older, it's very different. At all stages, it's very different. So the idea that you are going to have sex every single day when you have a newborn, please just get yourself down to reality. Manage your expectations, because your newborn will take more of your time.
And then actually I think when it gets to, and that's why I was actually asking you that question, is because especially when I feel like when kids come, ladies, you tend to switch off your attention from the man. Now they go to the baby, of which it's naturally expected, you understand? But now as men, we being sexual beings and those blue balls we are talking about, we find it very hard to understand, because you know, when it gets to that point, you just need to get it out. You have like mental blockers. Like you're not thinking about the baby, you're not thinking about the neighbors, you're not thinking about the house help. You're just thinking you just want to nut. You understand? But now the ladies, your focus is on the baby. So sometimes I feel like there's normally a disparity when it comes to such a circumstance, because as a man, your head is just like, guys, I just need to get this thing out. But for the lady, you're like, don't you understand? We have a baby right here. So I think at that particular moment, there is always some kind of, even if it's not a physical fight or an outspoken fight, but it's normally somewhere.
Some tension.
Yeah, there's always some tension. There's always some tension.
And do you, like for the men, do you recognize the seasons? Like, for example, women, when they are breastfeeding, maybe their boobs are not sensitive at all.
That's here you go. Okay, when you go to touch, you could milk.
Yeah.
The minute you put your lip on
it.
Milk just comes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not opposed to, actually I'm not opposed to breast milk and a man tasting it or taking. I'm not opposed to it. No, honestly,
Just weird.
no, I'm not opposed to it. Honestly, I find it like, I look at it as acceptance. Like, babe, we are on this journey together. It produces milk. Can I test?
Yeah, but that's the thing as well. I don't really understand why men, if you can eat my vagina and eat the juices coming from it, breast milk, and it's feeding your baby. You know, like, so I've always been curious to know during that season, maybe if because you know, as a mother, especially, okay, I can't speak on women that have given birth naturally, but I can speak on women that have given birth via CS. We go through, especially I know Sonia and I went through the worst cesarean section experience, which took months. Even today, there's side effects that we've experienced. So what, in my imagination, a man should do is just show me that they are aware and considerate of those changes, and perhaps even be comfortable with my body as is. So maybe you cannot go down on me there, but you can be curious about my milk, or you know, like, you know, curious about how hard my boobs are, or like, you know, I'm curious to know if it's still warm down there. Like, you know, it can be a journey that you're walking together. That way, it's just not.
But see, that is very interesting, because you see, let me call it concentration. Concentration becomes diverse. See, for a lady, concentration now comes back to the well-being of the baby and her well-being as well. Maybe the healing process. Okay, so minimum concentration goes back to the habit. Okay,
Is it minimum or zero?
Or zero. Minimum or zero.
Tunawapatianga attention kidogo.
You see now, again, I come back to answer your question. I come back now to the value. You know, the value as a man, myself is, for instance, myself as an example. Am I alert enough, or you know, can I embrace the situation as it is?
Okay.
Even if I have a lot of urge, okay, can I give attention where it is needed, or even an extra, so that at least for her concentration, ipungue kidogo on the other side. I feel like on a reprieve, such that akuwe na a breather time oh, and you're here.
Yeah.
But you see, that is me. We are different. You have different values.
Yeah.
We have different perspectives.
I think men, we are patient, but up to a point.
Up to a point, yes.
Up to a point, like it's not like I'll be supportive of you up to the very end when it comes to sex, because this blue balls thingy, you will hold it for up to a certain point, and then you get to a point like, like by the way, I just want it.
Okay.
Like I just want it irrespective of the circumstances and situation, and you see, you don't want to go outside. So you still want it to be with your woman, you understand? So sometimes you might not even project it physically, but it can be in conversations. I've been calling pony, like, are you okay? Yes. Like, you know, it's a conversation, yes, but it's a cue you're basically throwing to the person, because inside you're really suffering and struggling, you know, so you're desiring it, but you're still alive to this situation, but you're normally alive to this situation up to a point. But I know men of our a bit older than us, the guys, especially who are in their 40s, I know a particular person, when the wife gives birth, he's nowhere to be seen. Like he just disappears.
Hibernation.
Like he just goes in hibernation because he doesn't want anything to do with the kids. He doesn't. Actually, he says that he wants the kids when they are fully grown, ready to be paid for school fees.
That's selfish.
No, and actually that's their firstborn. So clearly they have worked it out up to their firstborn. But he doesn't touch kids. He doesn't even. I don't think the kid sleeps. And he's made sure that there's a household for there's a household for the house, for the clothes, for the kid.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yes, but there are men who are like that, because you see there is a very huge distinction, because there is a generation of men like us in our generation of fathers who care. You understand? Like we'll be there for you, we'll be there with you, even during the pregnancy journey. You know, when you're giving birth, we'll always be there. We'll walk with you this journey. So even sometimes when we are throwing these sexual cues, it's just subtle. It's just like you could jaribu to, you know. But there are men who don't mince their words about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've given birth, Nisa. So you won't give it to me, Nisa. So let's just take a break from each other.
So what, do they now go outside?
Now I've never really known what exactly they do, but I highly suspect that's what they do.
My God.
Yeah, but they just keep away. But everything else they do, they're all as their husband. They will do everything else. But when it comes to
I'm now, like, I think this conversation is just making me realize how marriage.
Yes.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Those who are praying for marriage,
keep praying.
You need also to receive wisdom to understand what exactly you're praying for.
Yeah.
And not human wisdom.
Not human
wisdom that comes from above.
Yes, like it has to be wisdom like from
So then
Christ.
it goes back now to the question of even now after the baby has come, how many times do you have sex in a day, in a week, in a month? Yeah, because honestly I think one of the things I was really it was a huge expectation that I had. I thought people have sex every day, every time, everywhere.
So
anywhere, anyhow. Until you get there, you realize getting it once a week
is in fact so you are at the top of
the food chain. You are eating well, my brother.
Eating well.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay, so but now we've already like understood it's not because people don't want it, it's just because
it's just life circumstances.
It's just circumstances.
Okay. I mean, so people I think enjoy sex before kids.
Yeah, definitely
Or
enjoy
before
so.
But also, it's not like
After marriage.
After
before
marriage.
kids.
after marriage before kids. But it's not like, okay, I mean,
I personally don't have that experience because I got into marriage with a kid.
yeah, even me, I'm gonna get into marriage with that
No,
child.
not like that. Like mine, we just got into marriage and then the next month the kid was on the way. So so I honestly don't have that experience. I have no idea.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yes.
I don't even know what number of myth this is, but wedding night sex is inexistent, guys. Did you have sex after your wedding? Did you?
Well, in the premarital class, there
Consummation.
is a very interesting term that we are taught, not by any counselor, by
The pastor himself.
the pastor or the catechist. And they say consummation. Well, I think it is how you take it, how you understand it. Whether it is consummation, I believe it's
The question is, did you consummate?
Did you consummate? Did you
Like,
have
is it
white sex
possible
on
to
your wedding
consummate?
night?
it is possible.
Did you have? Did you?
For me, it is mandatory.
Or
It
you
is
had
mandatory.
time to do it?
So it was white sex.
Whatever
Or it was
sex
just
it was.
Whatever
Because you know, people tend to think that on your wedding night
Yeah.
you go all wild.
Because
Not
now
really.
your mind, now
No,
your
I
mind.
think
No,
I
not
think
really. You see, it is basically the simple act. Whichever, you know, it's fast.
Even if it's a quick missionary as you go.
Yes, because first you remember if it is
Yeah,
if it is a
bathroom,
wheat,
yoga.
whether
Anatoa makeup.
whether it is like a white wedding
Yeah.
with 20 guests or 50 guests
Yeah.
or 1,000 guests, you know there is a mental fatigue that you know
It's so
So
exhausting.
interesting, yeah.
towards that day. So whether you have energy or you don't, whether you do missionary or you do whatever, whether it is important for you to consummate time or the following day or whichever time, well, as you're saying, it's not a myth.
Is it not?
It's not a myth.
No, I think
most
it's
people
joke.
don't
It's
even
joke.
have
It is.
sex.
I think the myth she's
On their
talking
wedding
about
night, that
is
people are normally
like
so
people are looking
exhausted.
forward to that wild, crazy
Like,
sex on the
wow, we had
You see,
amazing sex.
you might not have you might not have you know the wild, you know the crazy,
But you had it.
whether you had it or not.
Personally, I tend to believe actually a lot of people don't even get to have it because
Yes.
by the time, especially for women, by the time it's evening,
days
you've
go.
gone for an evening party,
Yeah.
you've been up
You're
since
tired.
4 in the morning,
It's
you're
4 a.m.,
extremely
yeah.
tired, you're extremely exhausted. Highly likely you're going to black out.
But
Yeah.
you see, let me give you a very interesting scenario. The scenario of you have no boundaries anymore. You're not going to think whether this guy is going to do me dirty tomorrow. I have shared my vows to this person. So you see, the couples I was talking about, an energy burst. You see, when you eat transformati once a week, it is just an energy burst. Because kwa nini hamjafanya the rest of the other days? It's because maybe or whatever.
Yeah.
But an energy burst.
Ama ile tu kujua haendi mahali. Kesho bado iko.
So I think with all this, even all this exhaustion during the wedding day, on the wedding night, you have to gather some energy.
Some
burst
energy.
for that.
No,
Well-
I think, Joe, I think what you're saying, you're
What
giving
you're saying
a man's
is true,
perspective.
yeah.
But I think from a lady's perspective, and if they do it, it might not be. I
They
think
wanted
they
it to
really
be
wanted
for
it.
the other
Yeah. Yeah. So I think most of them they enjoy it now the following day.
Yeah.
The following day now you're rested, you're showered, you're clean. You know. Then you're like finally, oh you're here. Let's now go. You know.
Try the card
Something
the
like
whole
that.
day.
Because even me when I have not experienced it because me personally see we did just.
Rorashio, yeah.
Rorashio. But after before the Rorashio, we went for a simple prayer in church and all that, and then we went and just moved in, you know. But I think it's very different because for me, when I even plan weddings for other people, by that evening, acting one day, you're normally so tired and exhausted, and you're getting home at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., like you can't even think. I don't think it's possible to really enjoy it.
Realistically.
Yeah, realistically, I don't think it's possible to enjoy it. But now you see me, I'm talking from a hypothetical point of view.
I think depending on somebody's belief, you pivot the importance of it.
Yeah,
And,
based on.
yes, and from that importance, then you know the need.
Yeah.
You will have to gather some energy for it.
And then let me just introduce also maybe a twist to it. I think it also depends also on whether you guys used to have it before.
There's also maybe that.
Because there is also that angle. If you guys have ever had it before, as in it's nothing really new you are looking forward to. But if you guys have never had it, maybe that gives a different perspective to it. Because you know that time, hey, you've been waiting for it.
May I have a myth?
Give us your myth.
I feel like we've talked so much about myth within the marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody talk to us.
Alright. So there's this assumption that someone, like if you're preparing to have like intimate moment with a significant other, you can take like pineapples or what to try and manipulate the taste of your juices. No, it's a lie. If you've been smoking from Monday to Monday and you have to do your meeting your partner tonight, you start taking mango, pineapple juice and eating pineapples at 10 a.m. At hoping you'll go and enjoy foreplay and excrete juices that taste like pineapples. It's a lie. You're going to excrete smoke. Nicotine is what you're talking about.
But what a pineapple is supposed to do exactly?
And make
improve the taste.
The taste of the vagina sweet.
Me, I think it's good that way.
Natural.
Yeah, natural.
I mean, as natural as you can go. The only thing I'd say is just have a good diet. If you eat well, you'll have a less murky taste and all the murky smell.
Just
eat well. Be clean, eat well.
And good hygiene.
Yeah, good hygiene, definitely.
I think hygiene matters a lot.
Yeah.
Matters a lot.
I think I normally have a very interesting perspective when it comes to a lady and let's say a woman and a biological woman.
Don't tell me.
No, because they might be a
biological woman.
They are hitchy women.
Now,
You're respecting the spectrum.
yes,
Okay.
what I normally or my opinion is the virtue of a woman is a natural. Okay, so picture an ecosystem. So like
Enjoy your deep. This conversation, every time we're talking, it's like depth. I'm like,
picture a forest. So it has to have all kinds of animals, from the tiniest to the largest, or plants and everything. And everything has to coexist. There's one that needs to eat the other one, and everything. A woman is it's like an she carries nature in her. So why I say that is by the simple perspective of they're just given a very microscopic tiny seed and they give a baby. So and his baby is a direct attribute of what she is. Okay? So picture a lady who is not sober in her health, in her well-being. Okay? From the tiniest to the largest. Like from the simplest of abuse, maybe it's the abuse of drugs, to the extremist. Okay? So you see, by her being a nature, she carries what you can see and what you cannot see. So, for instance, that myth is a very, very good example of the nature of a woman. If, of course, unatumia sigara, so that is polluting that nature, that forest. You are definitely going to get the purest of the that nature at the end.
yeah.
When a lady smokes, it takes for a smoke.
I mean,
it never tastes so well. It's a lot more bitter. It's a lot more,
yeah, because it's been altered. You know, like, okay, so people say most people that I've had talk is they like it just as natural as it can be.
Yeah.
But you see, you will know it's tampered with if it has some scent to it or it's just off. You know what is natural.
Yeah.
And just like to digress a little bit, that's why I'm against like all these soaps and I don't know what douching that people do to their vaginas because it tampers with the environment.
Yeah.
Water is enough. Like water is enough, and your diet, because what comes out has not been affected or influenced by what you're doing from external. It's from what is internal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a tip.
Another myth. There's a tip. Another myth. Just the tip.
Just the tip.
My friend, this one you want. That's the tip. That is a myth. We agree. Full stop.
But let me ask, why do men ask? Why do we use that?
Why?
Ati kadogo tu. Tunyonjeshe kadogo tu sitaingiza.
The number of girls that have, I dare say, more than 99% of women have been told that thing.
So let me ask, why do you guys fall for it? Kichwa too.
Because at that point we are naive. You know, like as a young girl, you take everything a man says word for word.
Not even a young girl, even mature lady.
No, me will not tell me tip. What are we discussing?
I know, right?
If it's not the tip podcast,
my friends, we're not talking about anything else. Definitely.
You have just the tip. You have no business telling me the tip.
Why it works is why does it work? I think why it works is men are good at giving, so we give one. A lady is good at receiving, so she will listen.
Hi Joe, you're too deep. This is December topics. You're too philosophical.
Make it easy for us.
But you see, at a point whereby now at the end of the day you accept is there's something that you're anticipating, okay? And unfortunately you fall for it.
No, the truth is men's weaknesses begins and ends with their eyes.
Yeah.
For women, it's with our ears.
Yes.
So men have mastered the art of sauti mzuri na maneno matamu kumtoa kwa pangoni. So beware, my darling sister, my darling friend. It's never just a tip.
And actually, there is this other one that we normally start, and it's normally a very nice. If you know how to work it out as a man, you will get it. Trust me. You tell a lady, I just want to do a massage on you. Ataishika mwenyewe.
No, honestly, unaona hata kwa highway, ukiona mati mengiza kichwa kwa lane yako, you just stay. So it's just never the tip. Ever. Like, but also, as much as men use that analogy, I think it's because they also can see that this woman is also horny.
Yeah.
And they are willing. So the minute she says yes to the tip, ndio atakuwa sasa ameenda the whole way, like just creating it to.
They always say many women always blame the alcohol for them having sex. But people now normally say, hata dem wakupeana ni wakupeana hata akikunywa maji.
Right. Let me ask you a question. This is to the men. Why do men find it so difficult to just moan and groan? A real man should not moan. What kind of myth is this? By the way, what is that? Why? What is this? What is this silent sex? Are you in pain, my friend?
Let me tell you. If a man moans on you, you will run. How to moan?
That is the assumption, but we don't care about the time. We want to voice, so we don't care. It's just feedback.
But you know, we just say how you.
I would imagine if you're making love to your person and they're just there.
Well, me, I've never found myself in such a scenario, and I think it was the most awkward.
Exactly my point.
Because literally, and then she was literally staring at my face.
Exactly my point.
So I was like, okay, am I doing it right? Okay, am I doing it? And then that time I was